Coach, it's billed as the greatest rivalry in college athletics. I know Woody Hayes and even Urban Meyer, Jim Trout, they said every day they did something to beat these guys. Do you follow that suit?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. We live it every day, and that's kind of how you honor the rivalry. And everything you do and the decisions that you make is leading up to this game. And when you don't get it done the last couple of years, you go back, you got to figure, okay, what needs to change in order to get this done? And that starts right at the end of the season, and then you go from there. And so it all leads to this right here. And there's so much that goes into it. When you talk about the coaching, when you talk about personnel, when you talk about all those things, schematics. So here we are, time to go.
It's a long season. How ready do you feel like your guys are for this challenge?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we've been ready for a while, so time to go play.
Will Howard, you got some newcomers. Will Howard, the seniors, I talked to those guys and I said, you understand what this is about and everything, and they all said the same thing. And I think it's a tribute to you. They said, we want to beat these guys, the seniors did. We want to get our gold pants, but we want to win this game for Coach Day. You hear that?
Yeah, I mean, it's our life. It's our life, and we know what this game means, and certainly I know what this game means, and there's a lot of people counting on this game. This is our identity. It's who we are. We don't have anything else. So it's a big responsibility, and the last couple of years when it doesn't get done, it just eats at your core, and so it just motivates you every single day to come back to get this done, to stand on the field and sing the Carmen, Ohio after winning this game. And so, it's not about me, to me, and I appreciate them, but it's about these seniors who decided to come back. They're the ones that are on the field. They're the true warriors that go put it on the line every game. And they came back for a reason, and it's to win this game, and they've made that very clear. And so, while we're all involved in it, and I appreciate what they said, this is about these players.
The other thing, and Woody used to say, and Bo used to say, it doesn't matter what the records are in this game, does it?
No, throw the records out. And it's going to be a war and an absolute fist fight on the field. That's the way it's going to be, and that's the approach we're going to take. And like you said, it doesn't really matter at all what the scores are leading up to this point. Nothing that's happened up until this point matters other than what we do in this game, and that'll be the focus.
You've said physical toughness. This is what it comes down to, this game.
That's it. Like you said, I mean, the focus on the situations, the focus on the physicality, all those things come to right here in this game because that's what it takes to win it. And so, we have to own this moment. Our guys who have been in this game before got to go own it. And, I feel like, for these seniors who, decided to come back, but it's also good for some of the younger guys. Like we're in the team room right here. Our older guys sit right up here, and the younger guys are in the back. And then every year you kind of move your way down right here, and you learn from the guys that are down here. But every time you move your way down, it's more of a responsibility. And in this game, these guys right here are the ones going to go win it.
You've said all season long you love this team.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of veterans on here. A lot of veterans. Is that something you love, and that, I don't know, you feel good about going into this game with those guys?
Oh yeah. I mean, I do. I love these guys. They're an unbelievable group, and so that's why we got to have that edge, and we will, because we know what's at stake. I mean, we've felt what it's like to not win this game, and it's bad. It's one of the worst things that's happened to me in my life, quite honestly, other than losing my father and a few other things. It's quite honestly, for my family, the worst thing that's happened. So we can never have that happen again, ever. And that's been the approach all season. It'll be the same approach for these seniors.
I've had people say to me, like, what's Coach Dave been like this week or whatever? And I've noticed it. There's an edge.
Yeah.
And I think it's rubbing off on the kids.
Yeah, well, when you know what's at stake here, then yeah, I mean, it's the biggest game of the year every year, but for our players, this is it. Our number one goal every year is to win this game. So you got to go pour it on the field. And people can say, well, it's just a game. This is not just a game. It's just not. It's our life.
The physicalness. This is going to be a slugfest from the get-go. For the younger kids, the older guys know what's coming.
Yep.
It's not going to take them long to figure this out, is it?
No, and it's, as the week continues to grow and build. Our guys have continued to talk to our younger guys about what it's going to take, and so that means, for some of the guys who are, in depth or on special teams, we need these guys to go into the game, and whether it's 1 rep or 50 reps, when you're in there, you're going as hard as you possibly can.
Will Howard, we've talked about his competitiveness. He is really looking forward to this. He wants to go beat these guys.
Yeah, no, he's a competitor, and we're going to need him to play that way, play with the same edge that he's played with all season, and continue to make sure that the guys know that we're all in this, and we break that huddle together like this is 11 on 11, and when your quarterback is driving it like that, it reflects on the whole offense and the whole team.
How emotional will you be on Saturday when those guys come out, give you a hug for the last time in the shoe in a regular season game against these guys?
I said it to these guys, there's a last time for everything. And I said, even, first home game of the year, we're over at the golf course where we do our Friday night dinners. And I said, you only have so many of these games. And I said, let's not be crying the last game of the season. You have to recognize that these are not going to just continue forever. You're not just going to continue to get to play with this team forever. So, enjoy it now, and own the moment now. And by the time we get to that last game, like, we don't need to be shedding tears or anything like that. We got a job to do in that game. We got to keep our emotions in check and make sure that we're focused on the job.
Last thing, you get them in the horseshoe. What is your message to the fans for this one?
Yeah, everything we got, everything we got. I know that they're going to be unbelievable because they know what's at stake here, and they know who we're playing against. They know who the enemy is. So, but the same thing, when they have the ball, we got to be as loud as we possibly can. And between the players and the crowd, we got to will our way to win this game.
Silent count is tough.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a huge advantage for us. But they're in our stadium now, and they got to feel that.